my Volvo XC40 key as unlock, panic, the light in the boot and the lock. Here's the hidden key. Here's another one. And it also has unlock, the panic, lights and boot and lock, and it also has the same hidden key. Here's another one with the unlock, the panic, the lights and the boot and the lock. And here's the Volvo logo. Just take this. Here's the key. And wait, is this?
Show us different model, Nathan. All the same.
Here is the exactly same Rover key with the unlock, panic, lights, boot, unlock. And here's the key. And here is another one. This is the last one out of these, and it has the unlock, the panic, lights, the boot, and the lock. And here's the hidden key. And here's another one, but different model. It's an XC8416. It has unlock, panic, lights, boot, and lock. Here's this very hard key to get out. Daddy, so we can't do this one.
Okay, no problem.
And here's a Persia key. It's a bit broken with unlock, the unlock and the boot and the lock. And this flicker is very bad. Here's an Audi key with the unlock, the boot and the lock, but this flick is also very bad. We're starting to get on good ones. Here's a Vauxhall Astra key with an unlock and a lock. And here's a Volkswagen kind of polo key that doesn't have a logo and just unlock and lock the same thing. Doesn't work. Here's a Vauxhall Zafira key that has unlock and lock. And here's a Renault Clio key. Sadly it's missing one button. Boot, unlock and lock. Here's another Renault key. Sadly it's missing its logo and it says boot, unlock and lock. That one doesn't work very well. Here's another Vauxhall. Here's a Vauxhall Zafira key again. Unlock and lock. This is a different one, and also this one. It's this. This is a spare key, I think, and it has unlock and lock. And here is a Volkswagen key. It doesn't have any button. Here's a Volkswagen key. You just press the same button like this one. It has unlock and lock, but the lights don't work. Here is a Renault key. Good thing it's fixed, and it has the boot, unlock and lock. And here is a Vauxhall key with a unlock and lock. And here's a Renault key. I don't know what model this is, but sadly it has a broken unlock button. Button and unlock and lock. Here's a Citroen key that's sadly scratched very much. We're now getting on the good keys. Here's a very cool BMW key with the lights, the boot, unlock and lock. Here's the hidden key. Isn't that cool? Yes or no?
Yes, of course, Nate.
And here is a the Kia key. Sadly, it's broken with an unlock and have to hold to open the boot and lock. But sadly, it doesn't have a flick because it broke. Here's a very good Audi key. Isn't it very good in condition?
Yeah.
And here is an unlock. Sadly, it's the light's not working. It has a knock, boot, and lock, and a flick. We haven't done these ones yet. Starting with it. And here's a Peugeot key with an unlock and a lock, and here's the flick. Here's a VW key. We haven't done this one in the video yet. And an unlock and a lock, and here's the flick. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, of course, Nath.
And here is a Ford key with the boot, unlock and lock. Sadly, it's fake with a flick. And here's a Kia key that starts shaking. It's really sad, and it has the boot, unlock and lock, and here's the secret key. It's in perfect condition, right? But it just needs to stop shaking. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
And here is a Citroen key with unlock, lock, and a flick. I think it's a Citroen C4. Yeah. And here is a Ford. What was it? Here's a Ford Transit key with an double click boot, unlock and lock, and a flick. Isn't this a cool car key? Is it?
Yeah.
Here's a Citroen key. Citroen dispatch key with an unlock, boot, and lock. That means this is a van key with with a flick. Here's a Peugeot expert key. It's just a van key like this one. And this one has two buttons, unlock and lock, and a very cool flick. Right, these two are very cool flicks, right? Isn't that true?
Yes.
And here is a Volkswagen key. A Volkswagen Jetta key with an unlock and a boot and a lock, and here's the flick. Isn't that a cool flick? Dad?
Yeah.
Well, here is
Yeah, it is.
a Audi key with an unlock, a boot, and a lock, and I know it's cool. Here's a Honda key. I don't know what model this is, and I don't know how you use it. It's like an unlock thing, an unlock thingy. And this one is a Vauxhall key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. And here's another Audi key. And here's another Audi key, just like this one. And it has the boot, unlock, boot, and the lock. This is one of my first of these keys. That's my first one. That's one of my first ones. And here is a Peugeot 207 key with an unlock, light, and lock. And here's the flick.
Yeah, it's a very nice key, this one. It's a good condition.
This one is a very cool and very classic. So this is a Mercedes, like a Vito key with an unlock, boot, unlock, and lock. And here's a hidden key. And here's a Ford key we haven't done yet. And it has the boot, unlock, and lock, and here's the flick. And here's my most special car key of the collection. It's a Porsche key. I don't know what model it is, but it has the boot, unlock, and lock. And this hidden keys are very hard, so we'll miss it, the key. And here is a Volkswagen key. Sadly, it doesn't look like it's a real one, but it is. It's just because I think the other one has to have the Volkswagen. The real one is fake, so I think it's replaced with this, and it has a boot, unlock boot, I mean, and the lock, and here's the flick. But sadly the lock button doesn't work. And here's a Ford key that I do not know how to press. I think it's like this. Lock. And here is a Audi key. Sadly it's fake with an unlock and a boot and a lock. And here's the flick. Here is a Ford key. It's very cool. And it has double click boot, unlock and lock, and a very cool flick. And here is a Range Rover key. It's a Range Rover Sport with an unlock, panic lights, boot, unlock. And there's no hidden key in this like all the others, because look. C4 key, and it has unlock, and here's the flick. It looks like a Toyota. I want to do this much.
What next, Nate?
Wait. Now here is my Audi key with an unlock, boot, unlock, and here's the flick. And here is a Ford key with the boot, unlock and lock, and here's the flick key. Here's a Mercedes key we haven't done yet with a boot, unlock, and here's a hidden key. Here is a Ford key with a double click, boot, unlock, lock, and the flick. And here is a Vauxhall key with unlock, boot, and lock, and here's a flip key. Dad, can I only do 7?
Sorry, Nathan?
Is it okay if we do 7 rows because I'm 7 years old, because we've already
Okay,
started?
Nathan, okay.
And here is a Ford key with a boot, unlock, and lock, and here's the flick. Here's a Mercedes key with unlock, lock, and here's the secret key. And here's a BMW key with a boot, unlock, and lock. Here's the secret key. Here's a Volkswagen key with the unlock, boot, and lock. The light's not working though. Here's the flick. And let's just close that. And here is a Kia key with a little bit broken unlock button, and here's the boot, and here's a lock, and this is a Kia key, and with a flick, and let's close that and place it back. And here is a Vauxhall key with a unlock, this doesn't work, and lock, and here's the flick. And here is a Skoda key with an unlock, boot, unlock. Here's the flick. And there's this key's also broken, like this Kia key. It's the same thing. The Citroen key is unlock and lock. And this one has also an unlock, but it has a flick that's not even placed in. And here's a Ford van key. I don't know which one. Let's double click, boot, unlock, lock, and flip. And here is a Vauxhall key with an unlock, lock, and flick. And here is a Ford key with a boot, unlock, and lock. On to the next. here's a Audi key with an unlock, boot, and a lock. And here's the flick. And here's another Citroen key, but I don't know what. It's unlock, boot, and lock. The flick. It's a flip key. Here is a Mercedes key set. Well, it's just missing its cap. It's in great condition, right? It has boot and lock, and here is the secret key. And here is a Volvo XC90 with an unlock. Panic lamp doesn't work. And lights and boot and lock. And here's the flick. It's a broken key. That's sad. Here's another Skoda key with an unlock. Now doesn't work. And boot and lock. And here's the flick. And here is an Audi key with unlock, boot, lock, and flick. And here is a Volkswagen key with a unlock and lock. And here's the flick. Here's a Vauxhall key with an unlock, the lock, and here's the flick. And that's this one. And this one is a Persia key, and I like this one. It's very old with an unlock and the boot and the lock, and here's the flick. I know it's very old. And here's the flick. That's why it's so slow with its flick. And here's a Volkswagen, another Volkswagen key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. And here's a Citroen key that I do not know what model this is, and it just has a flick, no buttons. And here's an Audi key with an unlock and a boot and a lock and a flick. And here's a Vox key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. Here is a Ford key with an unlock, lock, boot, unlock, and lock, and here's the flick. Here is a BMW key with an boot, unlock, and lock. Here's the secret key. There we go. And here is a Vauxhall key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. That one is not in great condition. Here is a VW key with an unlock and the boot and a lock, and I really like this key with a flick. It's in great condition. Here's a Jaguar key with a boot, unlock, and lock. And here's a Ford key with a boot, unlock, and lock. Here's a VW key with an unlock, boot, and lock. And here's the flick. Wait, how about let's pack? And you just want to do 8 for luck.
Okay, Nathan.
Here's a Ford Mustang key with a double click boot, unlock, and lock. And here's the flick. It's a very cool key, but sadly, but it doesn't have a logo. Here's a Ford key, but I don't know if this is in great condition, and it has a boot, unlock, and lock, and flick. And here is a Vauxhall key with unlock and lock, and this flick doesn't work. Here's a Vauxhall key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. And here is a orange Volkswagen key. Is this in great condition?
Yeah.
And it has unlock, boot, and lock, and here's the flick. I think it's a great idea to place it this way.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yeah.
And here is a Range Rover Discovery key that has a unlock, panic lights, boot, unlock, and here's the secret key. I mean the hidden key. I think this one should go around too, because it looks nicer on this side.
Okay.
You think too?
Yeah.
And here is a Hyundai key with a hold, boot, unlock, and the flick. Just like this one. And here's a Jeep key with an unlock, panic, remote start, and lock. And here's the secret key. Let's put it back in. Here's a Peugeot key with it doesn't have I think this is a Citroen key that doesn't have a logo. Unlock, boot, unlock. Here's the flick. And here's a Mazda key with boot, unlock, unlock. And here's the flick. And here is my mini key with boot, unlock, unlock, and here's the secret key. And here is a Peugeot key that's broken, unlock, unlock. But I'm not doing the flick, so that would not want to happen. And here's a Volvo VW Passat key with an unlock, boot, unlock. And what key are we on?
Yeah, we on this one.
And here is a VW Transporter key with an unlock, boot, unlock, and the flick. And here is a Mazda key, but it has a missing button, but it still works. Boot, unlock, unlock, and here's the flick. And here is a Jaguar key that's lost its hidden key with an unlock, panic, lights, boot, unlock. And here's a Bentley key. Oh, I got my Bentley. An old school Bentley with an unlock, boot, unlock, and here's the flick. And here is an Opel key with an unlock and a lock. I don't know which one. Here is an Hyundai key with a boot, unlock, and a lock. And here is a, oh, sorry, I forgot to do this on this Hyundai key. I don't know. And here's a BMW key, like a diamond key. And it's like a Mitsubishi key. And then the one I don't have. And it has a boot, unlock, and lock. Am I on row 6?
6 now, yeah.
That means 2 rows left.
Yeah.
Is this the key we're starting on?
Mercedes.
And here's a Mercedes key. It's in very bad condition with a boot, unlock, unlock. And we can't do the hidden key because here's my Fiat key and it's a blue one with a boot, unlock, unlock. Here's the flick. And here's a Mercedes key. I like this one with an unlock and a lock. Here's the secret key. It's a very cool key, right? It's very classic. Here is a Nissan Micra key with an unlock and a lock, and here's the flick. key with a boot, unlock, and lock, and here's the flick. And here is a mini key with the boot, unlock, and lock. Well, here is a Ford key with no logo and has the boot, unlock, and lock, flick, and here's the flick. And here is a Ford KA key with a boot, unlock, and lock, and here's a flick, just like the Volkswagen, and just like the Hyundai, and like this too. And here is a Volkswagen key with a boot, unlock, and lock. Here's the flick. Sadly, the lights don't work. Here's a Ford key, which is lit to I do not like this key because it has the boot, unlock, and the lock. And look at the flick. It's a very bad, right? This key's a very bad one for me, right?
Why? Because it's broken?
No, Daddy, it's because it's, look.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think this is very bad?
Yeah, bad condition, but you have the same model in a good condition, right?
Yes, are we not throwing this one away?
Up to you.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
And here is a Volkswagen key with the unlock, boot, unlock, and here's the flick. This one's in very good condition. And here it is, Audi key. But it doesn't have a logo. With an unlock, and a boot, and a lock, and a flick. And here's a Vauxhall key. It's perfectly in good condition, but it doesn't have a logo. Then unlock, and a lock, and a flick. And here it is, another Citroen key with an unlock, boot, and lock, and here's the flick. Because can this button be the boot? Because I don't know what it is. And here is a Volkswagen key now, scratch up the logo with an unlock, boot, unlock, and here's a flick. Now this Honda key is a very good one with an unlock and a lock and a flick. And here is a Kia key with an unlock, boot, and lock, and here's a flick. Here's a Vauxhall key with an unlock, lock, flick. And here is a Hyundai key, just like this one. Is this row number 7?
Yeah. You can start from this side, no problem.
Oh, it's okay if I do it from this side?
Yeah, no problem, yeah.
From this row to this one, starting from the ends. Now, Dad, it's okay.
Okay, up to you.
And here is a Honda key, and I do not know what model this is for. I know cars more than you.
Yeah, well done, Nate.
And here is a Volkswagen Passat key, another one with an unlock, boot, and lock. And here is a hidden key. Dad. And there's, how about a one Volkswagen Passat with light, boot, and unlock, boot, and lock. And here's the secret key. Here's a Volkswagen Passat CC key with unlock, boot, lock, and here's the secret key. And here's the other side. And here's another one with an unlock, boot and lock, and here is the hidden key. Here is a Vauxhall key with an unlock, boot, lock, and here's the flick. There we go, and that's that one. And here's a Citroen that's supposed to be Citroen. That's not supposed to be Volkswagen, so don't look at that one.
Okay.
It has unlock and lock. That's why it's that side. And here's a Range Rover key. Sport. Into this, like this one, there are 3 keys to it. This is one of the spares with an unlock. Has light, panic lights, boot and lock. And it's the exactly same as the other one, but I do not want to do that. And here it is, a Vauxhall key, and it has unlock, boot, unlock, and here's the flick. Here is a Mercedes key with an unlock, boot, and lock, and here's the hidden key. Has the hidden key. Here's a Mazda key with a panic light. Unlock and lock, and here's the flick. And here's a Ford key. It's missing the hidden key and its cap, so that's why we do it this side. It has double click, boot, unlock and lock. And here it is, the Persia key with my bad. Unlock and lock, and instead of all the other keys, instead of like sorry. Here's a Volkswagen key that I missed. Unlock boot, lock, and unlock boot and lock flick. And instead of that, like this, you have to put it back. But in this one, you just press it. It just does it automatically. It's just a different way. It's the other way round by this key. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is very weird.
And here's a Volkswagen key. These two came together. And it has a knock, boot, lock, and flick. And here's another Vauxhall key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. Here is a Ford key with a boot, unlock, and lock and flick. And here's an Audi key with the unlock, boot, lock, and flick.
I think we finished 7 rows as you 7 years old, right? Right?
No, we haven't finished 7 yet. Here's a Vauxhall key with an unlock and a lock and a flick. And this is a Ford key with boot, unlock and lock, and here's a flick. Oh, that's bad. The flick does. That one does not Oh.
Yeah, we finished 7.
But Daddy,
Yeah, I will tell you. Not
Dad.
8 rows. You
Daddy,
will.
please, 8 rows just for luck.
For luck, you can pick the most special 7 keys from all of them. Is it a great idea?
From that.
From everything. How many keys you have?
407.
Yeah, pick 7. Pick 7.
No. Just
The
one.
most special 7. Okay?
No, Daddy. It's because I want to do the 8.
Okay.
8 row in a row
Okay,
number
up
8.
to you. Okay.
Here's a Vauxhall key with unlock. I mean the Persia key with unlock. And here's a Honda key with unlock. Here's a Skoda key with unlock. Here's a Seat key with unlock, boot, lock. Here's a Vauxhall key with unlock, lock, flick. I'm sorry I forgot to answer this, Skoda. Do you like what I've done?
Yeah, well done.
There's a
Miss.
Honda key with boot, unlock, and lock. Here's one with unlock, and lock, and flick. Just like the Volvo. And here is an Audi key with unlock, boot, lock, and flick. Well, here is a Volkswagen key with scratched up logo. With the scratched up logo with unlock, boot, lock, and flick. And here is a finish row number 8.
Yeah, finish row number 8.
And here's an Audi key. This is one of my first ones this is my first one of these with an unlock, boot, lock, flick. Here's another Audi key with unlock, boot, lock, flick. Here's a Persia key with unlock, lock, flick. Here's another Persia with unlock, boot, lock, flick. Here's a Mercedes key with unlock, lock, and flick. Here's a Ford key with boot, unlock, lock, and flick. Here's a Citroen key with unlock, light, lock, and flick. Here is a Ford key with unlock, boot, unlock, flick, lock, flick. Here's a Opel key with unlock, lock, flick. Here's a Volkswagen key with unlock, boot, unlock. Here's the flick. Part 2 is soon.
Okay, Nath.
Daddy, part
Good,
2
we
is
have. Yeah,
part 2 is some of the rest of them.
okay,
Part 2
but
is some more of
I
them.
think you need 2 more parts because we finish only 8 rows from this. See how many you have? You have many keys, Nathan.
Do you think we should do more rows?
Yeah. No, today? No, enough today.
No, that's fine.